No applause for Aftermath, just echoes and evidence. The scent of endings, walls sag with memory. I walk these ruins, stones, stories, all that's left. But every wreckage is a promise. Every shadow holds a blueprint. Every silence remembers who we were. Count the cracks in the drywall, each a timeline of anger or love. My mind's a classroom after evacuation. Notes on the board, but who stayed to read them? Footsteps on shattered photos, voices like vapor. Questions linger in broken glass. What did we lose? What did we carry out? I'm an architect of aftermath, drawing plans in dust. Name every wound with its own address. Let the sorrow spell out new street names. I catalog regrets with clinical precision. Inventory of every promise dropped mid-flight.
If you're breathing, you're building. If you're hurting, you're healing. If you're lost, you're learning. If you're silent, you're still here.
I learned survival from ashes, read hope in the residue. If every fallen wall's a lesson, then every bruise is truth. I gather the debris, turn it over in my palms, studying the language of the broken, memorizing where the fault lines run. Cups on the table, chairs facing no one, every echo a chorus for the gone. I map the geography of my mistakes, trace rivers in the dust with a fingertip. There's an atlas in every wound, a path out of every scar. If you survived, you're not just a witness, you're an author. So I gather the bricks, stack the stories, raise new walls with the bones of the old. Every splinter is a seed, pain's the proof. Something lived here, I plant my grief. Water it with memory, wait for something green to break the surface. And in the dawn, we find tools in our pockets. A nail, a line, a half-healed heart. We build with what's left, forgive the rest. Call it home no matter how cracked.
We begin in the ruins, not at the peak. We rise from the remnants, we speak from the deep.
This is Aftermath, a declaration, not a defeat. We are blueprints, we are builders, we are scars that learn to sing. If you hear this, you're part of the choir. If you survived, this overture is yours. Welcome to the next beginning. Welcome to the next beginning. Welcome to the next beginning. If you're hearing this, you made it. This is the place where silence becomes a spark, where the broken start to build, not for applause, but for survival.
Yeah. Started with a match and a fistful of doubt. Too many cold nights just praying for a route. I scraped together failures, called it killing for the soul. Watched hope flicker, fighting through the wind and the cold. Scars in the mirror, stories on my skin. Learning what it means to lose and still begin. Stacked regrets like firewood, shivering alone. Waiting for a blaze in a world made of stone. Some nights the flame is nothing but a thought. Some days it's a wildfire burning what I'm not. I send a signal, just a glow in the black. A message to the lost, if you see the light, you can make it back.
I used to hide every ember, afraid the smoke would betray me. But now I let the world see. Even ashes have a purpose, even ruins hold a key. This is my signal fire, lit from every failure. A flare for the lonely, burning as a prayer. If you're lost in the shadow or bruised by desire, remember the darkness
endless road, but I won't stop now. Carrying lessons from the ashes, stacked high as a vow. Every loss is a log on the pyre I built. Every tear is the water that tempers my guilt. I've stood in the cold with my breath making clouds. Fought for a flicker when silence got loud. I remember every moment I thought I'd be done. Then I breathed, then I stood, then I walked toward the sun. I'm not fireproof, I just burn with the plan, lighting the way for whoever I am.
You're not the only one out here. If you see a light, it's a sign someone else survived. Keep walking, keep burning.
This is my signal fire, lit from every failure. A flare for the lonely, burning as a prayer. If you're lost in the shadow or bruised by desire, remember the darkness can spark up a fire.
Smoke in my lungs, but I breathe it out. Turn lost into heat, that's what it's about. So if you see me burn, know I made the fire from ruin. The glow isn't glory, it's grit that's still pursuing. My scars are the fuel, my truth is the spark. If you're lost in the night, you can see me from the dark. I was a whisper, now I'm the flare. Signal fire rising. I know you're out there.
Yeah. Break the lock, smash the frame. Every loss in my story gets repurposed as gain. Heart pounding in my throat, lungs fight for air. I'm working in the dust while the world just stares. Built from regret, sweat stains my design. Hammers in my head, every nail's a sign. Blueprints written on the backs of my scars. I make bricks from the burden and I stack them hard. When the glass falls, I sweep, I bleed. Turn pain to a handle, turn want to a need. You only see the walls, never what they contain. I built this with silence, with grit in my veins. Stack it, break it, build again. Every bruise is mortar for the next offense. Floorboards creak with the weight of my doubt, but I lay them anyway, better broke than without. If collapse is a lesson, then I'm top of the class. Cause I learned how to live when I ran out of gas. Sparks from the past like the torch for tomorrow. Mistakes in my pocket, blueprint drawn in sorrow. I don't beg for a blueprint, I carve out the plan. Use the scars for a compass I build with my hands. See the sweat drip, see the knees scuffed raw. See the roof go up even after the fall. Every storm's an apprentice, every quake is a friend. If you see a wall standing, know I built it to best. Stack it, break it, build again. Every loss is a lesson, every fall is a trend. Rubble in my teeth, grit on my tongue, counting every blessing on the scars of my lungs. I don't want your pity, don't need your applause. Just give me broken pieces and a reason, I'll build a cause. Nails in my boots, concrete on my soul. Carrying a city that the world tried to control. Foundation ain't flawless, but it never caves in. If I have to, I'll rebuild it again and again. Built again, with the bones and the blame, with the ache and the rain, with the sweat in my name. If tomorrow breaks me, I'll stack up the pain. Build again, build again, build again. Sometimes I stagger, sometimes I crawl, stacking up hope in the cracks of the wall. Dreams don't shatter, they just change their form. So I gather up the pieces and I weather the storm. You only see finish, never the start. Never the hunger, the bruise is the art. But every room I enter, every mark that I leave is a blueprint for others who struggle to bribe. Stack it, break it, build again. If you hear my voice, then you know you can. Build again, no matter what you lose. If it crumbles by dawn, start building by noon.
I keep my scars in a notebook, fold the pages in tight, stack them up with regrets, only read them at night. Every pen stroke of memory, every line of confession. You can trace my mistakes in the ink's impression. Tried to paint over pain with a coat of denial, but the brush snapped off in the stain after miles. Words bleeding through like an old tattoo. No matter what I write, the past shows through. Count the letters I mailed that came back unopened. Count the dreams I sold just to keep hope unbroken. You see the cover, but never the drafts. The script full of scribbles that never got past. If I rip out a chapter, will the wound ever heal? If I burn the whole book, is the pain less real? Sometimes I wanna black out every page, but the outline remains. Ghost writing rage, I pen lines in the margins. Truths I can't speak, edit myself until the meaning's weak. Every phrase a bandage, every rhyme a mask, every chorus a band I can never unfasten. Pages torn, corners bent, handwriting shakes from what's never been said. Some poems are puzzles, never solved, just endured. Some bars are so heavy they make paper feel cured.
These are my paper scars, written in code under blood-red stars. The verses are wounds, the hooks are the stitches. I bind up my pain, let it leak through the bridges.
Stack receipts for the nights I broke, eraser shavings for the words I choked, paper cuts from the letters unsent, stains from the ink when the page got bent. Every line a decision, every word a regret, margins full of reasons I wish I could forget. Ink blood Rorschach, see a monster or a man. I bleed in paragraphs, heal as best I can. Scrapbook of loss, origami of hope, folded up pain in a paper envelope. You want my story, you could read it in scars. Each one's a stanza, each one's a bar. If you find this book, treat it kind. Don't judge the writer by what you find. Some pages are messy, some chapters misread, but every word was written to keep me from dead.
These are my paper scars, wounds that I ink, bleed and archive as bars. You read between lines, you see who I was. I keep turning the pages, but the story's not One more line, one more page, I'll keep writing through the age.
This ain't my crown, it's a chain passed down. My father's silence, my mother's doubt. Family tree tangled in roots I can't cut out. I learned to carry weight in my jaw, speak with a filter, swallow the flaw. Inherited the code, the curses, the shame. Wrote my name on debts but never claimed the fame. Broke what I could but the rest held tight. Bruises on the bloodline, pain wrapped in spite. I heard stories at the table, all half-truth. Laughed off the wounds, wore pain like a suit. I I see old faces in my mirror's glare. Fight myself and they're always there. Generations of ache stitched into my veins. Blueprints of loss, blueprints of blame. If I'm more than my story, if I break the design, what does it mean if the past's still mine? I walk through rooms with ancestral ghosts. Each step forward is a toast to the ones who lost most.
I'll break the chain.
Pain is a teacher, I learned the whole text. Graduated in scars, got promoted to next. But I'm tired of carrying every ancestor's lie. If I can't forgive them, can I even try? Some wounds heal crooked, but they still heal. Some burdens get lighter, the more that you feel. So I dig up my roots and I study the dirt. Write my own legend in the margins of hurt. Every lesson is borrowed, every story is cost. If you inherit the pain, you decide what's lost.
I'm not what you left me, I can build something new. I break the chain.
I bleed the same. Legacy's a lesson, not a curse or a name. If the past is a weight, then the future's a pen. I inherit the story, but I write the end. I'm not my father's ghost, I'm the author, not the echo. Falling in motion, known at no warning. Feet on the ledge, heart racing by morning. Trust is a risk, a blindfolded drive. Tethered to dreams, just to feel alive. Every step's calculation, equation of pain. Memories hang heavy like a downpour of rain. Let go of the past, hands slick with regret. Jump from the doubt, but I haven't landed yet. Knuckles turn white as I tighten the grip. Bar after bar, every stanza I slip. Sky's just a rumor, ground's out of sight. Still chasing the hope that I'll fall in the light. Breathe in the fear, exhale the cost. Fall through the silence, don't count what you lost. Trust fall, let go, break free. Rapping on the edge where the brave can't see. Trust fall, close eyes, believe. Risking it all on the air I breathe. Trust fall, one step, no map. Jump from the thought, I'll never get back. Trust fall, heartbeat collapse. If I break, I rebuild. If I crack, I adapt. I let walls tumble, hands open, no shield. Let the world see the wounds I concealed. Fell for the promise that trust could restore. Every fracture inside me, not part of the floor. Staring at ceiling, see ghosts in the light. Every letdown and loss finds me at night, but I write through the falls. Bleed bars on the page, turn bruises to wisdom, scars in the stage. I keep dropping, no harness, no rope. Hang on my faith on the syllables, hope. I risk the reveal, risk breaking apart. But I trust in the land and I trust in the art. I spin through the silence, dive through the static. Build every leap from the damage to panic. Trust is a weapon when faith is in short supply. Fall through the dark, learn to look at the sky. If you never risk breaking, you never can fly. If you never fall hard, then you never know why. I sprint from the comfort, run toward the pain. Chase every failure till it's part of my name. Wind in my lungs, grit in my teeth. I leap from the lies, land on belief. Every free fall's a sermon, every bruise is a hymn. The song of the risk is the place you begin. Trust fall, let go, break free. Rapping on the edge where the brave can't see. Trust fall, close eyes, believe. Risking it all on the air I breathe. Trust fall, jump now, don't stall. This is the leap that defines us all. Trust fall, heartbeat collapse. If I shatter on landing, I'll build from the cracks. Every fall is a lesson, every risk is a map. If you don't let go, you never come back.
trust in the fall, not in the landing. That's how you learn who you are.
Walking down a hallway lined with framed regret, photographs whispering what I try to forget. Wallpaper peels like a timeline unraveled, old carpet stained with the secrets I've traveled. Shadows stretch long on the hardwood floor, the laughter of the past leaking under the door. I listen for forgiveness in the hiss of the pipes, find old promises haunting the edge of the light. Some ghosts live in closets, some haunt the phone, some wear my decisions, some walk me home. There's a crack in the window where hope blew in, but the chill that it left never settled my skin.
Every step's a question, every sigh's a key, every echo's a lesson that I can set free.
Portraits blink in the hallway glare, dust motes floating in the tired air. I try to outrun the echo, chase down the blame, but the further I run, the more shadows I name. Creaks in the stairway spell out old fights, heard through the walls in the hush of the night. Lost letters, missed calls, rooms with no view. The past is a chorus I can't break through. Remember the kitchen, the midnight confession, a promise I made and a lesson I lessened. Ghosts at the table, eyes full of ache, toasting the wounds that never quite break. My voice in the attic, shiver in my bones. I carry the silence like a language I own. Knock on the basement door, dare it to open. Find the old self I buried but never unbroken. Ghosts in the hall, never gone, just quieter. They linger in the dust, grow louder in the silence after. Ghosts in the hall, I walk with them all. Some just watch, some whisper, some call. Skeletons crowd in my peripheral vision, remind me of every impossible decision. Walls hold grudges, windows remember. I tiptoe past memories that never surrender. Hallways feel endless, memories compound. Ghosts stack up till I can't hear the sound, but I press on, lantern in hand, learning to live with the echoes I can't understand. Ghosts in the hall, never really leave. They're part of the house, part of the stories I weave. Ghosts in the hall, just shadows and dust. I live with their silence because healing means change. If you hear them call, it just means you're alive. Ever dig a grave for the man in your mirror? Not to kill, but to bury the shadow that never disappears. I got footprints on my conscience, fingerprints in my brain to not throw dirt on my doppelganger.
hope the signal remains.
Life's a two-way glass, see my face and my ghost. Every promise I kept, every lie I love most. I walk with my double, his laugh in my bones. Shadow boxing my legacy, fighting for thrones. I built my reputation with splinters and scars. Wrote my regrets in graffiti, mapped my past on the stars. I'm the sum of my secrets, the mask and the shame. Spent years running from silence that calls out my name. They see the victory pose, not the sweat in my sleeve. They see the highlight, not the nights I don't sleep. If my doppelganger's real, then we both got receipts. Every line he recites is a debt I still keep. Look, mirror, mirror, code in the cracks. My reflection glitches, the data attacks. I write in Morse, spitting fragments. Doppelganger laughs when my will gets absent. I bury old habits, plant pain in the dirt. Dig up my roots, yeah, the truth always hurts. Every bar's a shovel, every rhyme is a wound. Doppelganger watching from the corner of the room. Legacy built on a fractured line. Doppelganger keeps time when I lose mine. No magic, just habits and patterns. Rewind my confession, see what still matters. I ghost my own grave just to haunt my mistakes. Skeleton smirk when the facade breaks. I drop my shield, expose the flaw. Every victory's a scratch, every loss a raw law.
Dirt on my doppelganger, shovel full of sins I can't erase. Haunted by a barcode, branded by the games. Shadow on the sidewalk, code in my spit. If you bury the monster, do you outlive it? Drag my double through the gravel, wrestle fate with my own hands. If I'm the Undertaker, can I be the man? 6 feet, 6 senses, 6 shots, 6 lessons. Bury my demons with my own confessions. Self is the preacher, self is the curse, self is the judge, self in the hearse. Graves the risk, graves the word, graves the echo you hope's never heard. Digging my fate with invisible marks, write requiems at night, then erase the dark. Pulse of a plot twist, quick as a verdict. I'm the headline, the footnote, the story inverted. Every eulogy's a riddle, lines I erased. Even dead men run, but I'm winning the race. I patch every glitch, rewire desire, throw dirt on the darkness, climb out of the fire. Only ghost I answer to is the one that I made. Doppelganger's gone, see whose name remains. See me in the spotlight, see the shadow behind. Both were my scars, both sharp in my mind. Took down, turned to platinum, pressed every flaw. Now my double's a lesson, not a permanent scar. They want a story, I give them the code. Every loss that I lived, every road that I chose. I'm not burying pain, I'm building with grief. Every ghost I outgrow brings my signal relief. They told me to run, but I learned to resist. Made peace with the doppelganger, coexist. No mask, just marrow, no villain, no saint. Dirt on my double, but my soul stays pain. Dirt on my doppelganger, shovel full of sins I can't erase. Haunted by a barcode, branded by the games. Shadow on the sidewalk, code in my spit. If you bury the monster, do you outlive it? Drag my double through the gravel, wrestle fate with my own hands. If I'm the Undertaker, can I be the man? This ain't a burial, it's an update, a patch. You can bury the shadow, but you write the next match. If you hear this, you survive. Dirt on my doppelganger. But I rise every time. Put a mirror in front of a magnet. See what sticks. See what snaps. What stays. What splits. This is for anyone who tried to pull themselves together and found half their soul stuck to the static forever. I'm a jigsaw of trauma, a crossword of code. Every answer's a question that I never unload. They call me complex, nah, I'm a compass in chaos. If life's a movie, I'm the frame they forgot to play us. Double vision, mirror image, error in the script. Put my heart on shuffle, but the pain never skips. Got hooks like Velcro, lines like a barcode. Every verse magnetic, pulls pain in Morse code. Stack my losses in a row, made a skyline from defeat. But the higher you build, the more shadows you meet. Yeah, I speak in ricochet, bars bounce off the glass. Every wound's a window, every crack's a pass. I'm a ghost in the circuit, a glitch in the plot. Magnets in my marrow, pull regrets I forgot. You want viral? I'm spiral, every spin is a wave. I throw words like grenades, let the chorus misbehave. Mirrors and magnets, what pulls you in? What repels you out? You break the glass but the world looks back. You're the echo now. Stick with me, we'll shatter and mend. Pull me apart and I'll snap again. Mirrors and magnets. That's how we begin, that's how we end. I'm a syntax architect, blueprint of a paradox. Words stacked like dominoes, toppling the paradox. If my flow's a virus, your playlist's infected. I write in bold, my doubts italicized and corrected. Magnetic field, got poles that repel. Attract all the static, still excel in the hell. I spit Fibonacci, my bars in a sequence. Verses like math, every line's a frequency. Got a Tesla coil in my chest, sparks on demand. Every rhyme's a circuit, every beat's a brand. I'm a time bomb, bars tick, never talk. Mirrors catch lightning when my lyrics unlock. I'm the glitch in your mirror, the code you can't scan. Bars so advanced, they should teach them in STEM. Triple entendres, punchline supreme. If MMM's a nightmare, I'm the lucid dream. Mirrors and magnets, what pulls you in, what repels you out. You break the glass, but the world looks back. You're the echo now. Stick with me, we'll shatter and mend. Pull me apart and I'll snap again. Mirrors and magnets. That's how we begin, that's how we end. Bars on a Mobius strip, rhyme without end. Every round's a reload, every wound is a friend. Verses like magnets, stick, click, catch. Flow like a mirror, watch me detach. I'm an algorithm with a pulse, a sonnet with a switch. Rewired my trauma, now my pain's my pitch. TikTok viral, Spotify spiral. Every beat's a revival, survival's my title. If I stutter, it's Morse. If I freeze, it's a test. Magnets and mirrors put my soul to the rest. I'm the stat in the static, the snap in the track, the crack in the mirror that never looks back. Mirrors and magnets, what pulls you in, what repels you out. You break the glass, but the world looks back. You're the echo now. Stick with me, we'll shatter and mend. Pull me apart and I'll snap again. Mirrors and magnets. That's how we begin, that's how we end. If you find yourself fractured, just know you're designed to be drawn to the light, to reflect and realign. Magnets and mirrors, opposites, friends. You're more than the pieces that never quite end. Hi, hi, hi. Calling out to numbers that never reply. I'm dialing the void, getting static in sky. Contacts full of names, I forgot how to reach. My thoughts go to voicemail, hopes out of speech. Every ring's a confession I don't wanna send. Every tone's an echo I pretend is a friend. I scroll through my history, missed calls and regrets. Inbox of apologies I haven't sent yet. Screens light up with shadows, new ghosts every day. Ringtones of memories that won't go away. You ever hit send and just pray for a sign? I'll dial your own number for proof you're alive. My phone's a confession booth, my inbox a shrine. I talk to the silence, sometimes the silence replies. Leave messages for the future, just checking in. But the person on the other end never begins. Saw my own name on the missed call list. Guess even I don't answer when life don't fit. I keep my heart on airplane mode, but love's got a signal that never unloads.
If I reach the operator, will she know my voice? If the line disconnects, was silence my choice?
Unlisted numbers, calling in vain. Every ring is a lesson, every beep is a name. Unlisted numbers, lost in the queue. If you hear this recording, I'm searching for you. Unlisted numbers out in the night. Every dial is a hope that I'm still in the fight. Unlisted numbers, echoes and tones. Sometimes the only answer is to click when you're alone.
Blocklisted thoughts, robocall pain. Scrolling through context for someone to blame. Spamming my memory, scamming my dreams. Even my sleep got automated screams. I tried FaceTime with the side I don't show. Reception's all static, but I let the call go. Pocket full of voicemails, pass through and bruise. Every apology and attachment I refuse. Ring back tones haunting, sounds like a dare. I speak to the ether, but no one is there. Every hello is a shot in the dark. I'm calling collect to the ghost in my heart.
If I answer myself, does it count as a win? If I leave a message, will healing begin? What's the pin for forgiveness, the code for relief, when every new contact is just disbelief?
Unlisted numbers, calling in vain. Every ring is a lesson, every beep is a name. Unlisted numbers, lost in the queue. If you hear this recording, I'm searching for you. Unlisted numbers, don't hang up yet. Maybe this message is all that I get. Unlisted numbers, last dial tone. If you ever call back, you won't find me alone.
Check, 1, 2. Yeah. Bring it back. For everyone who ever taped the radio, I wrote their pain in a rhyme book. This one's for you. With a radio hit, stealing time on a tape deck, hoping for bliss. Back when every heartbreak played out on a Walkman, and every yo meant family, not just a slogan. Spin the backspin, loop the sample, bring the static. Before IG lights, we had ciphers in the attic. My city was a beat, every street a melody, every block a verse, every loss a memory. Timberland stomping on linoleum floors, graffiti dreams sprayed on crack back doors. Every lunchroom battle, every freestyle there. You earn respect, not followers, real ones care. I spit like a payphone, coins in the slot. Connections analog, but the bar's still hot. Double time like a Walkman with dead batteries. Start flows, rewinding realities. My pen bleeds, ready to die, but my life's resurrection. Chronic pain in my rhyme, Dre style perfection. They say old school's dead, but I'm haunting the lesson. Raps in my veins, every track's a confession. I rhyme like a cassette tape, missing my voice, but the clarity's pure, never leave them a choice. Final in my heart, 808s in my chest. If you want a quick train, you can slide like the rest. Bring it back to the scratch, to the snap, to the hoodie and the cap, to the boom and the bap. Bring it back to the pain, to the pen, to the cipher with your friends. Let's spin it again. Bring it back, old school, new soul. Past made me whole, vinyl in control. I'm spinning stories like I'm premier at the decks. Bars like Jay Dilla, every beat's a reflex. Breakdance memories, Casera wine dreams. I'm a relic in the present, future in my jeans. My snapbacks backwards, my mindset evolved. Problems on my plate, but the rhythm gets solved. I turn stress to a rhythm, worries to wax. Every loop's a reminder, you can't fake facts. Syllables hop like a Tribe Called Quest. Piece the day law, the ones who did it best. Modern in my vision, but I vibe with the roots. Timberland swing in my soul and my boots. I study Illmatic like it's scripture gotta know where you've been. Spin the record, find your truth in the din. Every bar, every scar, every scratch, every spin. It's the backspin, diaries where legends begin. Living the dream.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth? The whole truth, even when it hurts. I stand on a stand, every eye on my soul. Prosecutors' questions cut deeper than gold. Tell the jury about the night you couldn't breathe. Cross-examine my wounds, see what you believe. Objection, my childhood, sustained by the scars. Defense, I'm the sum of these invisible bars. Exhibit A, the dreams I buried for peace. Exhibit B, the wars I fight just to sleep. My story is evidence, marked in the bone. I testify broken, I testify alone. Sworn in by the silence, indicted by pain. Gavel cracks thunder, I answer in rain. Testify, let the pain speak. Testify, let the soul breathe. Raise your hand for every scar you've got, every truth they forgot, every promise you broke just to survive the blood. Don't lie to the light, swearing your flaws. Make the story right. If you're guilty of failing, put your hand on your chest. We're all on trial, all doing our best. Ladies and gentlemen, he's done what he could. Tried to hold his head up, do what he should. Witness for the defense, he bled for your cause. Admits his mistakes, admits every flaw. But he ran from himself, hid under the shell. Made enemies out of mirrors, heaven out of hell. Denied his reflection, lied to his kin. Put hope on a stand and pleaded not to win. Can't sentence a man for surviving the fall. He's here and he's still answering the call. But he buried his truth in the back of his throat. Now we hit a verdict in every note. If pain's the witness, let it sing. Let every scar be evidence of what I bring. Swear me in for the final time. I testify broken, but still in my prime. Testify, let the pain speak. Testify, let the soul breathe. If truth's a sentence, I'll serve my time. Hands in the air, the story's mine. Testify, one last plea. Judge me as I am, set my spirit free. If scars are a language, let the world hear. I testify, I'm still here.
I was built to break, but you were the blueprint for the rebuild. 2 storms, same ocean, still standing, side by side. Not rescue, not fairy tale, just real. We met in the wreckage,
No flowers, no fate, just scars in a standoff. Two hearts, heavyweight. She don't wear rescue, she wears resolve. Wasn't looking for a hero, found it equal to evolve. She's got that stare, ice and thunder. Can read my rage, hold my hunger. No bandage for my wounds. She lets them breathe, but she'll walk through the dark just to stand by me. Yeah, we trade truths like battle scars. Talk dreams while counting the cost. Yeah, she got hands that steady my panic. A laugh that rewires the static. She's the steel in my voice, the calm in my pulse. She ain't my shelter, she's my front line. When the world throws shade, we throw light. Lock arms, two faults, one fight.
You're the anchor when I drift, the catalyst when I freeze. When the war is in my head, you're the ground under my feet. I'm not here to fix your storm, I'm the thunder in your rain. We're the roots and we're the reason why the world can't shake our name.
We don't rescue, we rebuild. We don't run, we stand still. You're the proof in all my poems. You're the peace I couldn't steal. Yeah, she's no backdrop, she's a skyline. Holds me accountable and still lets me shine. Built from grit, never fragile. When I'm off the rails, she rides the spiral. We don't complete each other, nah. We challenge, we sharpen, we break, then restart. Both been burned, both been blind, but we heal in the spaces we find. She's got her own scars, never asked me to heal them, but she'll show me the cracks and let me feel them. Trust is a currency, loyalty's rare, but we invest what's broken knowing both of us care. When I go numb, she cuts through the static. When I go cold, she flips the schematic. We're the sum of the fights and the fire and the flaws. Two architects of hope, both breaking the laws.
You're the anchor when I drift, the catalyst when I freeze. When the war is in my head, you're the ground under my feet.
I'm not a rescue or a reason, I'm the lightning in your storm. We're the rhythm in the rupture, we're the force against the norm.
If I lose my way, you bring them out.
If I fall apart, you tie me back.
We're not flawless, we're not safe, but we're honest, so we're brave.
Every ending that I feared, you made a page.
Every silence that you broke became a stage.
With the war and the peace, the break and the mend. With a part that begins when the story should end.
You're the anchor when I drift, the catalyst when I freeze. When the world tries to divide us, we're the gravity beneath.
I'm not here to fix your storm,
But I'll hold you through the night.
we're not perfect, but we're present, and together we ignite. We don't break,
We don't break.
we bend, and then we build.
Storm tested, battle blessed.
We're the anchor and the catalyst. You ever feel the hum? That buzz behind your eyes? Static in your heartbeat?
dial tone in your mind. I woke up with a wire on my chest. Dreams distillate, hope will recess. Numb from the noise, buzz from the screen. Can't feel the pulse, only signals between. I scroll for emotion, but it's lost in the feed. Connections a myth, dopamine on repeat. Hands on the keys, but my soul's on mute. Typing my feelings like they're buried in loop. The static gets louder when the room goes dark. Every missed call leaves a digital mark. Tried to pray, but the line never connects. Lost in the code, can't reboot what's wrecked. I'm a network outage, a screen with a crack. Signal keeps dropping, can't bring the color back. Upload my fears to the cloud in my head, but the download stalls and the hope just spread. Cables in my veins, riders for nerves. Ping my regrets in recursive curves. Bitrate drops when my faith gets weak, but I buffer my tears, never let them leak. Refresh the soul, but the server's gone cold. Emojis replace the stories I told. I chase connection in a world of bots, but my static heart skips, always missing the spot.
Promise you'll stay.
Static in the silence, truth behind the glitch. Try to reach the real me, but I keep hitting switch. Static in the silence, truth behind the glitch. Try to reach the real me, but I keep hitting switch. I solder my wounds with copper and wire. Build new circuits like a funeral pyre. Feeling is dangerous, numb as a cage. But the spark and the static is the hope on the page. I break through the white noise, call for the song. Echoes of love in the place I belong. Heart skips a beat, then the world cuts in. If I make it back, let the chorus begin.
Static heart, can you feel me? Beating through the screen, incomplete nearly. Static heart, can you read my code? Every word is a spark on a broken road. Static heart, try to tune in, lost between signals, drowning in the din. Static heart, don't fade away. If you find the frequency, promise you'll stay.
Through the static, found my heart in the noise. Still beating, still searching, still holding my voice. I tuned through the static, found my heart in the noise. Still beating, still searching, still holding my voice.
When the world gets quiet, some of us get louder. The tribe's in the shadow, night chorus after hours.
Yeah, I know a kid with a notepad, writes bars on the train. Headphones on max just to dampen the pain. He's never gone viral, never made the news, but every single verse is a reason to choose. Met a girl in a hospital, nurse on the clock. She fights for strangers and prays for the lost. Wears a tattoo on her wrist, says stay. She sings to herself at the end of each day. Seen a father with the night shift lines in his brow. Broke every bone, but he's standing up now. Kept the fridge full when the world went black. Doesn't ask for applause, just brings courage back.
Marching through the static, every voice an echo, every scar's emphatic.
Passed up, painted by the river, colors in her eyes. She said dreams are loudest when the hope inside dies. I nodded, kept moving, caught my own reflection. Just another soul in the city's collection. Met a fighter in a beanie, scars on his knuckles. Said strength ain't noise, it's surviving a struggle. We locked eyes, didn't talk, just shared that nod. Quiet warriors, night chorus holding the facade. All the insomniacs, dreamers, late night creators. The mothers who battle for food on the table. The students with secrets, the nurses who ache. The poets on park benches, the hearts that won't break. The bus drivers, street sweepers, night owl protectors. Artists and athletes and digital defectors. Everyone running a marathon blind. You are the choir that sings in my mind.
Night chorus marching on. Even when the sun is gone.
Some songs only come out after dark.
Night chorus marching on. Even when the sun is gone.
Some songs only come out after dark.
Night chorus marching on. Even when the sun is gone.
Some songs only come out after dark.
Night chorus marching on. Even when the sun is gone.
Some songs only come out after dark.
Night chorus marching on. Light keeper, if you're lost in the dark, look for the signal. I'm here with the spark. Yeah.
I used to search for a light that I'd never seen. Walking through tunnels, never sure what it means. Held out a lantern, but the flame went thin. Lost in the night, doubting where I begin. Now I see shadows gather at my door. I hear footsteps behind, lost hearts wanting more. So I light up the window, keep the embers alive. If you follow this glow, maybe you'll survive. Some days I'm the keeper, some days I'm the flame. Some nights I'm the darkness, just calling my name. But I hold out the hope, like a lighthouse on shore. If you need a signal, I'm not closing the door.
Light keeper, turn the dark to dawn. If you're searching, let the beacon stay on. I'm not flawless, but I burn for you. Passing the spark because someone once did too. Light keeper, shining through the storm. If you falter, I'll keep your fire warm. You're not alone, even when it feels that way. Let the signal guide you till you see a new day.
To every kid with a vision, but no hand to hold. Every dreamer in the cold, feeling battered and old. I can't fix your journey, can't erase your scars, but I'll hand you my story, I'll point to the stars. You're the legacy I wish I'd known. You're the hope in the seed I've grown. When the world goes dark, remember your spark. The flame survives, don't give up your heart. If you stumble, I'll guide. If you fall, I'll wait. If your flame grows dim, I'll illuminate. No map for the lost, no path for the bruised, but the light keeper stays, so you're never refused.
Light keeper, turn the dark to dawn. If you're searching, let the beacon stay on. I'm not flawless, but I burn for you. Passing the spark because someone once did too. Light keeper, shining through the storm. If you falter, I'll keep your fire warm. You're not alone, even when it feels that way. Let the signal guide you till you see a new day. The light you hold could save someone you never meet. Keep it burning, that's how we defeat the dark. Light keeper, turn the dark to dawn. If you're lost, just follow the song. No flame too weak, no hope too far. We're all light keepers, guided by scars.
If you're hearing this, it means you made it through the night. Not every sunrise is proof you're okay, but every breath is a signal.
a code that says still here. You don't have to broadcast your pain for it to be valid. You don't have to answer every call. Just keep the channel open. Just keep the signal alive. Someone out there is searching for hope in a static, waiting for a message that says don't give up. Let this be it. No matter how much interference, your frequency matters. We're all just signals, transmitting, surviving, making sense of the noise.
Sunrise, don't wait for permission. It rises over broken glass just the same. These ruins, they're blueprints. This is where new gods are made. Yeah, I walked through the ashes, built from the fallout. Bare hands, no magic. Lost everything twice, stood in the blast zone, heart on my sleeve. Yeah, I made these bones, son. Broke through the smoke, I kept moving. Hope's just a muscle you build from the bruising. Every lost map, the blueprint in my skin. Every end just taught me how to begin. Light in the wreckage, spark in the rain. I learned how to build from the pieces of pain. Put my name on a world that forgot my worth. Now every scar's just a mark of rebirth.
Sunrise in the ruins, built from the light. A blueprint for new fights. Hope in the rubble, faith in the frame. Rise from the quiet, burn out the shame. Sunrise in the ruins, hands to the sky. Pain over the darkness, watch it comply. Every loss, every lesson, every scar's a design. Sunrise in the ruins, it's my time.
On my shoes, gold in my lungs. Soul's been to war, but the song's still young. I plant flags in the silence, stake claims in the dark. Turn my heartbreak into a work of art. Crowds never saw the work in the midnight. Never heard the prayers I traded for a fist fight. I lost count of setbacks, broke every plan, but here's what's left. The real me stands. If you wake up in ruins, don't mourn what you lost. Blueprints are written in the lines that you crossed. The future is borrowed, the past in the flame. Rise from the wreckage, remember your name.
Sunrise in the ruins, built from the light. Every ending's a blueprint for new fights. Hope in the rubble, faith in the frame. Rise from the quiet, burn out the shame. Sunrise in the ruins, hands to the sky. Pain over the darkness, watch it comply. Every loss, every lesson, every scar's a design. Sunrise in the ruins, it's my time.
Sunrise in the ruins. Yeah, I survived. Built from the ashes. Now watch me arrive.